Chandler has fought several people that are like Charles Oliveira. He has. Goichi Yamauchi is absolutely as good on the ground as Charles is. Slick in his submissions. Mm-hmm. And Chandler spent most of that fight with him on the ground, taking away everything that he was trying and just beating him up. Because I've said it before, there's certain guys that are almost unsubmittable. No one can in that position. Oh, he can't be submitted. No one is that. But I've seen Chandler in too many positions where you would say that submission is going to work, and he's gotten himself out. He's worked his way through it and then turned it on and stopped his opponent. He is super tough. He's never going to tap when it comes to a submission. So Oliveira is going to be in that position, similar to what he had with Tony Ferguson. If he does get something, you better break it because the guy's not going to tap. So make the referee have to stop it. But I just don't see that he's going to have that ability against Chandler. And if there's one thing that I will say about Oliveira is he has shown that he's super fast in the start, but so is Chandler. That's where they kind of match up well as far as the way they start off. And he's the same as Chandler in that he kind of tends to gas and slow down in the fight as the fight goes on. Not that he's, can't make it through it. He can. It's just that his production starts to slow down. So strength-wise, speed-wise, I think they're close. Power-wise, there's no comparison. Chandler's more powerful. Better wrestler by far is going to be Chandler. Better submission guy is going to be Oliveira. So it's a great matchup when you're looking at him. I just look and say, this is going to be Michael Chandler's fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. The power is going to be the equalizer.
Yep.
Where he's got to avoid Michael Chandler touching his chin.
Yep.
And I don't know if he can do that. I don't think he can. I think his body frame and his structure of his body, he's a powerhouse. He's gonna throw things that's gonna be able to get through Charles Oliveira's guard. Even if Charles Oliveira is to cover, it's gonna hurt still. Yep. Even if Charles covers, it's gonna hurt. And so the style in which Chandler also has been switching his stance and changing punches coming from different angles, he's gonna get through. And I think we saw with the hooker, we've seen before with other people as well. He doesn't even really need to hit you clean. He just needs to touch you just a little bit, and people are waking up face down, ass up. You know what I mean? So it's true. Look, Charles Oliveira is good, and I have to agree with you. I don't think that Charles Oliveira is going to be able to submit him. I've seen people get close to Chandler on submitting him, but he fights through it every single time. And the strength factor as well is going to be in there too. You're not going to outmuscle Chandler in a submission position. You're going to have to hit him with some technique and slide into something.
Which
really
Oliveira
deep.
has.
Yes, he can.
He's got great technique.
You just can't expect, like here, the example would be like if he swung for that armbar on Michael Chandler, like he did on Tony, Michael Chandler's just going to curl him, okay, and bring him back to his body to grab his own hand. Tony isn't going to be able to do that, and so like Chandler is just you got to take away all the strength submissions. Kimuras, that's gone.
No,
out the door. Armbar, I don't think you're going to get that one either because Chandler, even though he's strong and powerful, his arms they're kind of seem long and explosive, but he's, I think, physically strong enough to where it'd be hard for him to get to that position on Chandler without Chandler getting back to his knees and like being able to
elevate him up
out and escape, elevate him up and get him stacked, whatever it is. So I think, and then the neck, absolutely not. What neck you going to get after? There is no fucking neck on Michael Chandler. Okay. So, I mean, I get the rear, and one thing Chandler does very well is when you get to his back, he's very good at keeping his chin tucked and he's very good at hand fighting. And then he does that little where he spins in your guard and he ends up on bottom. He did it with Yamauchi.
Got that fast little spin.
Yeah, he's done it with a bunch of other guys. And so he spins. He reminds me a little bit of like Gilbert Melendez when he used to do the hula hoop thing.
Yep.
He'd stand up with you on his back and he'd hula hoop you. He kind of does something similar like that, but he does it by holding the wrist control and then he spins in your guard and ends up back on top. Whatever it is, I don't see, maybe outside of like an ankle lock, You
Well,
know?
I look at, Oliveira's pulled off some great submissions. Yeah, he
Yeah.
pulled off a calf slicer on Eric Wisely that I was doing that was just beautifully set up,
Yeah.
and he can do those things. But again, he puts that calf slicer on Chandler. He can sit there with it on. He ain't going to tap.
Mm,
He's not going to tap. So you've got to figure out a way to stop him with it. You know, it's
yeah.
certain submissions. You got to be able to put him out. You got to be able to hurt that joint to the point where he cannot move, cannot use it. It's a hard position to be in. And I have all the respect in the world for Charles. He's good, and congratulations on getting this championship fight. They're just putting you against a guy who is new to the UFC that I know that everyone said, "Oh, he sucks." Now you'll know. Now you'll know. So
Oh,
everyone that was talking, go ahead. Just talk about he fights for someone else. He sucks.
oh,
Yep, I'm always wrong. Okay? I'm wrong
yeah.
sometimes. I admit it, but I ain't wrong about he's a good fighter, man. He's a
Yeah.
stud. So
Yeah. It's when we're talking the comparisons of the guys, like Khabib, to me, Khabib would beat him,
Khabib beats
would
him,
beat Chandler. He
no
beats
doubt in my mind.
Chandler, you know.
Khabib's at a different level right now than everybody
You
else
know,
in the lightweight division.
yeah. But
Again,
I think Michael Chandler though he's number two. And I think him and Dustin Poirier would make a great fight.
dude, that's a
An
gimme fight.
absolutely phenomenal fight.
Gimme
Yeah,
fight.
it's a pick 'em fight.
Yep.
Like, I give
Dustin could
because
definitely beat Michael, but Michael could beat Dustin.
yeah,
Whoever gets to
could
who.
be, yeah. I think, yeah, and I think the longer the fight goes, I think the more it favors Dustin.
So do I.
Obviously, the shorter the fight,
Shorter
more
the
it favors
fight,
Chandler.
favors Chandler.
But Dustin he is available to get hit as well. And like I said, you don't want to be hit a whole lot.
Takes a
by
lot
Michael
of
Chandler.
damage. Takes a lot of damage
Yeah.
and time, but he does have the leg. Talking about the calf kick that he uses. Everybody
Yep.
at ATT does that.
Yeah.
And he's really good with it. So he could have some success against Chandler by getting that going early. But to me that's a pick 'em fight. Either guy can win that. That's what makes you want to see it.
100% agree. Okay.